Just a few miles north of Temecula wine country is Murrieta, California, also home to the family-owned ProCraft Dental Laboratories. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of True Abutments InTRUview. I'm Jeff Kraft. You know, since the early 1980s, ProCraft Dental Lab has been the go-to resource for dental offices nationwide. I thought about it and thought, well, over 40 years in business, there's got to be a secret to their success, and I'm going to find out what it is. So ProCraft Dental Laboratory, it has been a staple in the industry for a long time. Like I said, since the 80s. You don't see that too often. A surfboard. Somebody's a surfer. I'm going to find out who that is. So imagine starting a laboratory back in the 1980s and growing it to what it is today. And they have some of the newest technology. It's family owned, and they have an education series online. I got to find out how this all got started. Greg?
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, bud?
Nice to see you, Jeff.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
So I can't wait to find out your story, how this all got started, early 80s, and how it's grown into what it is today.
Glad to show you. Let's go find my son.
Perfect, let's do that. Greg, Dylan, I appreciate you guys sitting down. I know you're busy. Greg, you started this business back in the 1980s. You have your son a part of it. You got to be proud.
79, actually.
79 is when
Yep.
So back in 79, you opened it. Why? How?
Well, my dad was an engineer, and I think he probably saw me surfing too much and not being in school often enough. So he asked me on a Saturday morning, hey, let's go to this guy, his friend that he had, Ed Chitara, and he owns a lab here in Covina, and we'll check it out. So I went with him on a Saturday morning, looked at the place, was very intrigued by what Ed was doing. You know, I always liked building stuff and working with my hands, and my dad, I think, knew that and thought that this would be a good fit, and so he pointed me in the right direction. And when I left Ed's laboratory that day, I said, I'm going to open up a dental lab, and away we went. He told me that if I went to this trade school in LA, that it's a 6-month trade school, if I graduated from that he'd hire me. So that was my foot in the door, and Ed gave me the job, and I started learning and brought a friend on board later on, and we started the lab in the garage.
Dylan, you started at what age?
Well, I grew up in a dental lab, but I think I started actually doing work here at around 14 years old, and I had the opportunity to finance my own car through working here. He lent me the money, and the deal was I had to come here and work. And everything I made went right to paying off the car that he lent for me. So I did that through high school, paying off that car, and then here we are today.
What's the growth that you have adopted? Was it Dylan that has really stayed on top of the technology side of things that have pushed you to have the company grow? What's that been like?
Well, Dylan definitely handles it now because he's tech-oriented and I am not, okay? But when it first started coming about, Dylan was young, and we saw the opportunity here, me and the other team leaders, and we just jumped right on it. As soon as it came out of the gate, I was thinking, this is great. It's something that will help us take some of the hands off work and get the bulk of it done and leave the artistry for us to do at the end. So we were into digital when it first came out, and we've embraced it ever since and added to it, and anything new that comes on, we're on board to pick it up because it just makes life easier for a dental technician. Dental technicians historically have always had to work hard. I don't know if that's ever going to change, but we're more productive now because of the machinery and some of the technologies and the digital stuff that we have available. Everybody uses a machine, and I say this a lot. Everybody has a machine. We all use them nowadays. We all got the same materials, but you still got to have the artistry and have the soul in that work. That's where the money's at, and that's where the magic's at still.
I wanted to try what the boot.
You got to have consistent processes, techniques, strong team. You have to have just that confidence in order to have a successful company. Then on top of that, what you have, then on top of that, you decided an education series.
Well, education series is to help our clientele. You know, the dentists are so busy doing what they do and learning what they need to do. I think they've always relied on, but especially more now, as far as the technical aspects, they rely on the dental laboratory to fill in the gaps. They can't know everything and know every material and every procedure or technique that's out there. So the dental laboratories have become a key figure. The dental technicians, CDTs, people that are required to do continuing education themselves, can share that with the dentist, and that's a huge thing for them, and it's a great service. So we promoted that, and we run with it. The main factor, other than equipment and things of that nature, is just the staff. We just have a phenomenal staff. We've always had great people. We got great people that are here now. It's all about the people in the company. You can have as much nice, fancy equipment that you want, but at the end of the day, the business is the people. And we have the first 2 guys we ever hired are still working here. So you don't stumble onto that by accident. You got to find those people, you got to train them, you got to look for the people that really want it, and then they stick with you. I think you got to give something of yourself to help other people reach their dreams and goals. If you can help other people reach their dreams and goals, they're on board to help you reach yours. But you gotta put yourself out there and train. And I remember there's a couple guys here, Nick and George. They would come down on Saturdays and just work on their own time. I was here on Saturdays working when we first moved into this place, and so I'd buy pizza, and they'd come and watch and learn, and those guys run the place. You know, I mean, they run the place now. So I think that it's just investing in the people and helping them get where they want to go. Can't say enough about the team that we have here. Just very fortunate.
You've been a part of True Abutment for quite a while.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Was it a cold call you got? You said, yeah, you know what, sure, why not? I'll listen to you guys.
I do believe it had something to do with we were looking for someone to outsource work to, and we wanted somebody that would do a quick turnaround. Yeah. And True Abutment has always been super. For one, you're very close to where our location is. That really does help. Mm-hmm. And the turnaround's quick, and that's, we were just starting to get into abutments. And doing more of them.
My experience with True Abutments has been that they're just really easy to work with, very friendly, and the work they do is outstanding. I mean, the mills that they use, we were just reviewing earlier, the equipment that they use to make their abutments, totally unique. It's not very many, only the big guys out there have that kind of equipment, and that's why we get the product that we have, and that's why we continue sending to them, because of that product. It's very predictable, and quality is top-notch.
So you can't be all work. Do you still serve?
Not so much in the last 2 years with COVID going on, but yeah, a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Like to do more, plan on doing more. It's a great opportunity to just forget about things for a while and get away, and it's a disconnect. It really is a disconnect.
Do you paddle out as well?
I don't. Not as much as he does. He likes the ocean. I'm more of a mountains guy.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Got it. So what do you guys do together when you get out of the office?
Well, we do share a connection on classic cars. I have a 70 Chevelle. That was the car that he helped me purchase when I was 14 years old.
Is that right?
And over time, we've done things to it and cleaned it up, and I still have it to this day.
What about you? What do you have?
I got the first car I ever bought. I got a 57 Chevy Bel Air hardtop. Bought it for $500 when I was 15 and a half, 16 years old. And it's been through my 2 other brothers and myself through high school, and it's set in a field for a while. And we've restored it a couple times, so I just take that out every once in a while and want to feel young again too.
You drive it today?
No, I'm driving today.
Man.
Got one here. We got a couple here. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo!
Okay, so we're glad that True Abutments came here today to visit with us. They provided this opportunity for me to give away this gift. This gift is going to George. Where's George at? George, here you go, buddy. All right, man. George has been with me since he was a wee young one, and so we want to give that gift to him and say thanks. Thanks for everything, George. Appreciate it. Nice.
Dylan, Greg, thank thank you so much for letting me come in, introduce me to the team, checking out the entire operation you have. You've built such an amazing company, and you got your son to take over.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, Jeff.
Yeah,
it's good
of
having you
course.
today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I
Nice
appreciate
to
you
see you.
guys. I want to ride in those cars when I come back.
You got it. We'll make you an appointment.
All right, done. All right, guys. See you later.
Yeah.
I got to get a classic car. A couple of great guys there. Well, that's going to do it. Another episode in the books of True Abutments Interview. Join me next time. Bye. So, George, tell me about your day-to-day, and first off, what is it you do with the company?
I'm the lead ceramist, so I do all of our porcelain build-ups, and I do internal color effects, and then I overlay with a clear enamel to make it look like a natural teeth.
You guys are busy. I mean, I just walked around the lab. Is it this busy all the time?
Oh yeah, we're always moving, man. It's nonstop. It's good. I like it. I like to keep on. I like to be on my toes always.
Yeah, what's it like working with or for a family-owned company?
That's nice, man. I've known Greg for 20 years, and he makes me feel like part of the family. He's known me since I was a kid and right out of high school, and he's took me under his wing. And when we came out here to Temecula to open a ProCraft, I was like his little rover, man. I did everything, you know.
Yeah.
I did everything he wanted me to do. I was running around the lab.
What's your favorite part about coming to work?
Just the environment's cool, you know. Like we got a cool vibe, you know. We got good music we listen to all day long, and everybody's friends, you know. It's cool. We joke with each other, and it's a good place to work.
Yeah, it's important to have that camaraderie, right? To feel
Yeah.
comfortable with each other and just really enjoy coming
Yeah.
to work. What do you guys do after work? You guys ever get together?
We used to when we were younger, you know. Now we're all family guys now, so
Yeah.
so I got to get home to the wife and kid and stuff.
Right. It's funny how that changes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.